Alrighty, traders, good morning and welcome. Happy Friday, everyone. And we're going to go ahead and get started this morning with regards to our trading opportunities here in the US trading session. We're expecting jobs to come out for not just the US, but of course for Canada as well. We had the Canadian rate decision out this week. Next week, we got the US or the Fed's rate decision as well. It's going to be pretty wild. But you know what, traders? Let's go ahead and take one step at a time, break down the market, and see exactly what we can expect out this morning in trade. So, with that being said, traders, I'll see you right after this. Alrighty, good morning, everyone, and just don't mind the scenes at the back here. We're busy doing some renovations and fixing up the live stream background. So you see a couple of things being handed out or set up at the back there, but don't mind that. Hey, traders, let's go ahead and focus on what's going on this morning. Trust everyone is doing well and you guys have had a great week so far. Um, this morning we're going to be focusing in on the jobs this morning. We do see that we have the Canadian unemployment change as well as the unemployment rate. We have the employment change, unemployment rate, and then we have the average hourly earnings out in the US, and then the non-farm employment change out of the US as well, and of course the unemployment rate. What the focus is this morning is what these numbers actually report. Now, remember the central bank this week, the both for the US, for the Canadians as well as for the eurozone, they went ahead and cut the interest rates 25 basis point. Now, if they're cutting the interest rates, then obviously they're expecting inflation to continue to move down south. Now, my sort of thought around this is that if they cut interest rates, it's because inflation's either at the 2% mark or it's coming really fast to the 2% mark. So they've got to slow down the drop. I don't think I'm seeing that. And again, next week we have inflation numbers coming out on Wednesday, as well as, of course, the rate decision for the US. And so it's going to be interesting to see what they do next week. I don't think we've got anything projected yet. No, there's no projections out next week. So we'll have to just go with what we see currently right now. So at the moment right now, the focus here is on the jobs, is that if they're expecting inflation to come down, then that would mean that jobs would be down too. Because if jobs is up, that means spending is going to be up. That means inflation is going to be up. That just means that we're back in the same hole that we got ourselves into, and that cutting interest rates is actually making it worse for the inflation problem that we have. So, I mean, we all want to have lower interest rates. There's no doubt about that. It just helps the economy. It's just everything is great when the interest rates are low. But with the fact that we've had high inflation and traders, it's all built to, or this is all pointing to oil pricing too. With oil prices on the rise, and we've had a dip over the last, let's say, 2 weeks, but with oil prices still setting up in some bullish trends, we don't expect inflation to come down um, any more than what it has, especially not at a fast rate for them to cut interest rates. But we're gonna have to wait and see how that plays out. But to me, it's a total mess. All right. What the central banks are doing, I think they're screwing up the market even more than what they're actually trying to fix the market. But let's see how things play out. Fortunately for us, we're not the fundamental traders. Although we pay attention to the fundamentals, we really pay attention to the technicals, because it's the technicals ultimately that help us make decisions in the market, right? And so here we go. We're going to come back to this right here. Let's just go take a look at a couple of the pairs. I'm going to go to US dollar. I'm going to go to US dollar. I'm going to break down the US dollar CAD. This one is going to be mostly affected because it's both US and Canadian, right? And so if we look at this one right here, I'm paying attention to the daily. I'm just going to go ahead and take away my technical analysis, and I'm just going to show you what I'm seeing here on the chart from just a simple overview, right? So not getting too technical, but just really just looking at the chart like a 5-year old, and just discussing what we see here on the chart. So a couple of things that we can definitely bring up here, and that is that we do have price that is holding up at this resistance and that support level right there. Now this is really just in the short term, right? Because in the long term, if I have to go ahead and compress the charts in the long term, we can see that price is holding up at this resistance and this support down here. And that's around about 32.20. So we've got price over here. And I've spoken about this already. And I said that I'm anticipating price to move down to 33.20. Sorry, 32.20. We need this trend line to be breached. But I think after the market had gone ahead and tested the top, tested the bottom, then test the top again, the next move for the US dollar CAD is down towards 32.20. Now it's taken its time, and what I don't like is I don't like it when we see accumulation and then manipulation and then distribution in the wrong direction. And so, yeah, we have it. We have the market actually creating, yeah, we had a good little rally. We had accumulation. We had manipulation. And then I'm expecting price now to come down, to take out the low right here and to continue to move down south. So I'm expecting this to be distribution to the south side. Now, if the market does break, if we do get a breakout to the upside, if I look at now, there's a closer range right here. If I look at the market coming into this area right here, we have accumulation. If we get a breakout to the upside, I'm going to assume that that is the manipulation and that we're going to get price coming back down again as we start distributing to the downside. If we look at the inside structure of the market, and again, I'm just breaking down what I'm seeing technically here. If I go even further down into the intraday sort of expectation, we had price creating this big bullish candle. We had this candle closing up above the previous high, so we had a break of structure. Then here we did see price break structure, but we didn't see displacement above it. So with the market failing to break above that, we expected this day to be a bearish day, which was yesterday, and we got a bearish day. But what we wanted to see in yesterday's trading, and this didn't happen, we want to see price close below that low. It didn't happen. And the reason why I wanted to close below the low is because price is chasing after this short-term target. It could be a weekly target for us, but it's a short-term target. So by the close of this week, by the close of today, I would love to have seen price below 36.20, or at least sweep the low at 36.20. So looking at this candle right here, we actually have a bearish engulfing candle. And we see that price did come back up to retest it. So which means if I go down to a lower time frame, I could go to a 15-minute time frame, then you can see right here why the market actually went north. So we had that bearish engulfing. We had a fair value gap setting up between the two prices right here. And we have now had the market fill the fair value gap. You can also see that price came back to retest the low, the break right there, retest that. And so from a technical perspective, with the news coming out this morning, I'm going to say that we're probably going to be heading into what I would call a risk on trading environment. Now, what is risk on trading environment? It means that we're expecting Dow bullish, we're expecting dollar weakness, and we're expecting the pound, the New Zealand dollar, the Aussie dollar, as well as the Canadian dollar to be bullish. And so that would mean that this particular pair would see price moving down south. Now, traders, with news, you can have manipulation with news. And so I'm not going to discount the possibility that we're going to see manipulation in the market right here, and price is going to target this high, and then we're going to see the market come back down again. So I'm going to prepare myself for the possibility of manipulation. But at the end of the day, what I'd like to see is price continue to work his way down and take out the lows here at around about the 3664, because that would mean that we're now breaking through what I can see at the moment right now as this key level of support. Once we break through that, then there's a good downside move to around about 3600. All right. Now we've got about 3 minutes left. I'm not sure about you guys, but I certainly have my Colombian coffee ready to be taken down. And kudos to my Colombian buddies that gave me this unbelievable coffee. And so anyway, so here we go, traders. We got about 2 minutes left to go before the news comes out right here. I love this one. Wow, you look so different. It's so hold on a second, and then she says, "But I'm short-sighted as well." Now, when you say different, is that a good thing? Or is that a good thing or a bad thing? All right. Good morning, Julian. Julian's good morning. Good morning, Pablo. Good morning to you as well. We got Pablo in the house as well. Fantastic to see everyone here this morning. We got Patricia here in the house as well. Good morning, Patricia. All right. Wolf, we got Wolf in the house. Hey, just another thing. We got Wolf and Tyson, a good combination of family. And these two gentlemen are actually been following me since back in 2000 and I believe 10 or 12, around about there. So 10 years we've been doing things together. Greetings to Matteo. Matteo, good morning to you too, my friend. All right, traders, we got about a minute left. And I'm gonna take a look to see what's going on here. Now, we do have traders in other positions too, not just the US dollar CAD. We know that we hold in. If any of you are following my trade ideas, we hold in multiple positions in some other currency pairs too. So we're definitely going to look and see how the Canadian dollar reacts across the board, like New Zealand CAD, Aussie CAD. Let's see how everything is taken care of, right? Definitely want to see how that plays out this morning. So let's wait and see how that plays out. Just give me 1 second. We've got about 1 minute left. All right, there we go. All right, we got it. It's bouncing. All right, we're starting to see. All right, so what did I say about manipulation? Could we have manipulation? I said I wouldn't be surprised if we do see manipulation. Now the market's going up. Now this is really huge. And again, let me go back to the data right here. It looks like the average earnings is up. And by the way, traders, this is not actually a good thing for the US. It will be an initial move. This is normally a reaction in the market. We see the market actually being bullish with this news. We did expect news to the jobs to be up. We didn't expect it to be this far up. And this is actually, and by the way, apparently, if you go into the data, this is actually jobs being reported on illegal immigrants. All right, I'm just stating what the facts are. Okay, so this is actually an inflated number of jobs. It's not actually U.S. citizens actually being employed. This is actually accumulation of jobs being employed. So we've got jobs up, we've got average earnings up, which is good. All right, that's good for the job market. We got jobs up in Canada too. Canada also jobs are up as well. Well, that's not good with them cutting interest rate with the central banks. We got unemployment rates are down. All in all, this is great news for the US and for Canada. Right now the question is: are we going to see manipulation, and are we going to see this changing? Because if jobs are good, let's go to CAD Swiss right here. The CAD Swiss, we should see a big move to the upside. All right, so it's gone ahead and pushed north, so good for that. We should see the Aussie CAD, New Zealand CAD selling off, which it is. All right, we see the sell off in this. We've seen a sell-off in New Zealand CAD as well. Yes, we do. All right. Now, this is all due to good news out in Canada. Great news out in Canada. We've seen this downside move, right? So that's good. Market's doing what it needs to do. Now, what we got to look at here, we got to look at it and see, good, we've had the initial move. Let's hope this is not on certain pairs, let's hope this is not manipulation first. All right. And the only way we can tell if this is actually distribution or manipulation is whether it takes out the major highs or lows in the market that we're looking for price to move down to or up to. So in this case now, I'll move to the daily time frame. And I look at the New Zealand CAD. New Zealand CAD is absolutely due for a correction move. So this may very much be distribution on the New Zealand CAD, not the manipulation. Which means that if we go to the Aussie CAD, again, Aussie CAD is range bound right now. So the only time we're really going to be excited on this pair is if we take out the low right here. So this is actually a distribution move off that resistance. So we've got resistance. Now, we may have seen a little bit of a manipulation yesterday with the price moving up above that high. So this is definitely going to be considered as possibly distribution rather than accumulation. Distribution rather than manipulation. Let's go back to the US dollar. All right, so here's the US dollar right here. Traders, we got price coming up right here by this area right here, right? Now, this is where this one gets a little more complicated. So this is US data, right? I'm not talking about Canadian data. Canadian data looks like maybe it's reported, the reporting is correct. The one thing that I don't believe is correct is the US data. And so if if the Canadians are seeing some strength, then wouldn't we see price moving down? Yes, we would. But the problem is you're also seeing US data strength, and the data actually is reporting to be much stronger. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'm going to be really interested in the actual revised numbers next month. Because I'm telling you right now, somebody's going to be fired, all right? Because there's no ways that we can have revised numbers consistently every single time we have important data, all right? I mean, I mentioned this before, and I'm going to say it again. How can someone be employed that keeps giving us the wrong numbers, all right? You keep pushing the wrong numbers out there, somebody's fired, all right? Somebody's got to be fired. Now, let's take a look and see what the numbers is. Oh, so check this out. Just a very, very common problem right here. If you look at the revised numbers in the US, it came down. It was revised from 175 to 165. Now, traders, that's important because if you go actually and take a look at what they projected, right? So here's the projection. The projection came out last month. There it is. So we're looking at May 3rd. This is May 3rd. So we had the numbers that were reported here, 175. So they forecast 238. All right, they forecast 238. It was revised down to it came out at 175, but it was revised down to 165. Traders, these are important numbers. This is manipulation right there. That is total manipulation. And so I'm going to say this, that of course, I've got to wait for the price to confirm. But what's going to be important right here is how the daily candle closes out. Because what the market does right here, and this is what I'll be looking for. In today's trading, especially through the US trading session, I'm going to see what happens with price at this area. So which means that what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be looking to see whether or not we have sort of a reversal here at the top right here. Because if we do, and I'm going to go down to a lower time frame, maybe the 15-minute time frame won't give me, but I can go up to the 1 minute right here, and I can look at the 1 minute and I can say, all right, if we go into see and this is what happens, look at this. We have, of course, this is distribution, then we have accumulation, we have manipulation, and then we have distribution. So what I'm going to be looking here, and even though this is a 1 minute time frame, I'm going to look to see if the market, if this rally that we just saw here in this in this 1 minute after the news, if this maintains itself. And so this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for break of structure, which we've got here. I want to see price trading a little bit higher than that. All right. If it does come down lower, then it's reacting a lot quicker than I expected. But what I'd like to see is price stay above here and then come back in. So I want to see manipulation. Now, manipulation isn't a candle that does something like this. This is not manipulation. So let me go. If the market does this, and then we just have a candle wick going up like this, that's not manipulation. All right. That's still part of accumulation. I want to see manipulation. Manipulation is a big candle coming up like this, and then the market going in the opposite direction. All right. This would be considered as a manipulation candle right here. All right. Now, this is a 1 minute time frame. I'm going to go to a 5 minute. 5 minutes showing also. There's that big candle right here. But if we go to the 1 hour, this is it right here. This is where the big important thing is right here. Now it's about 8:38. We can go to maybe a 30-minute time frame. So by by 9 o'clock, we should get a little bit of a bit of confirmation on this candle. And again, depending, of course, what this candle does over the next, let's say, couple of hours, will depend on what the market's really going to do long term. Now, I did mention that I'm looking for a risk on trading environment. Now, that would mean if I go ahead and take a look at gold, just FYI, if we go take a look at gold, oh, sorry, not gold. And by the way, I do want to look at gold in a sense because I was speaking in my trading sessions that gold is expected to come down and take out the low right here at 2,275, and it's on its way. All right, so we've got a little bit more room for the price to move down on gold. So that means dollar strength. Let's go back to I want to go to the dollar index, and I want to look at dollar index this morning. And can you see this fair value gap right here? Price is going to try and fill up that fair value gap right there. So we are going to see price moving up. Now this is a daily time frame. Let's go to and let me see what the daily candle looks like. All right, take a look right here. This daily candle also closed out above that previous high. And this is important, traders. This is so important right here. This is why I also believe we're going to get a bullish Dow move today. If we take a look over here, we did get a breaker structure yesterday confirming bullish. So this candle right here, what we should be doing is at that low, looking for a reversal for price to take out that high. So we're at the low right now of that candle. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go down to the lower time frame. We had a little gap this morning due to the news. But what I'm going to be looking for right here is a break of structure. Maybe the 1 hour would be a little bit better. All right, so here would be a break of structure right here. Above there. If this looks like we might have a high there. So here we go. Accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. All right. So we'll get this this move right here. So I will be looking for the Dow at 9:30. And we've got a 9:30 Dow session coming up this morning. But 9:30, we got, I want to see the Dow breaking through this level to indicate that the Dow is going to be bullish on the day. And if we're going to see a Dow bullish on the day, what does that mean? It means that dollar should be selling off. Canadian should be strengthening. All right. Those are the things that we're looking for right here. And we do have, again, some good strength out of the Canadian dollar. So that's definitely on track. Now, the dollar is the only thing that I think we're going to see a bit of manipulation on. All right. All right. Let's go take a quick look once more here at let's go to the price of oil. I want to go break down price of oil. If you look over here on the daily time frame, for those that are watching oil, We did say that we had some bearish movement in oil. We're moving into the summer period, and normally we see oil prices moving up. That would mean that this will help and support the Canadians as well because they're oil producing country and they rely a lot on oil for GDP. And so, if oil prices are moving up, that means anything above $72 a barrel, the Canadians are making more profit, and that's good for GDP and that's good for the economy. So, if we take a look over here, the same thing right there. We saw the accumulation, we saw the manipulation, and now I'm looking for price to go ahead and take out this or sweep this buy side liquidity area right here and continue to move bullish. Now, trust me, I get it. Nobody wants higher oil prices, but in the summer we're going to have it. That's going to happen. It's inevitable. And so price is going to target $81 a barrel, and then on its way to $87 a barrel right here. So that's on the move at the moment right now. If I look at the market's trends on this, we do see that we do have some consolidation right here as well. All right. And so as price does get to around about $84 a barrel, we'll see what the market does at that point. We may get a little bit of a push, so we might get the market going up, bounce off $84 a barrel, come back down here to around about $80 a barrel once again, and then possibly go ahead and see some price move up north. Now, this will be in the latter part of the year, so we'll get a bit of a correction move. So the summer period, we're going to see some oil prices pushing up, and then we get to have a downside move and then another push to the upside as well. All right. Let's go back to the dollar right here. I'd like to look and see, do we see anything happening on the dollar? Let's go back to the 15-minute time frame. All right. See a little bit of a spike here. We've pulled back off the high here at 31, so 37.31 right there. Let's take a look at dollar index. Let's take a quick look at dollar index right here, and let's break this chart down. And we're going to go to more the long-term outlook on this. So if you look at the dollar index, let's just look at wave structure, or at least market structure, right? So we have the market going up, down, up, down, up, down. All right, so we hit support down here. We broke through the high, so we had a break of structure right here, break of structure. Price goes up a little bit higher. We did see price then coming back down into the structure right here. Then we created this little zigzag. And zigzags are normally occur when we have a wave structure. So this could be considered to be a wave 1 right here. And then we have a 1, 2, 3 ABC correction, ABC right here. And after that ABCD correction, we're then expecting price to take out this low side liquidity right here. All right. And then take out that liquidity area. So which means that we're expecting price to move further down south. That's if the structure holds. And if I look at the bigger picture here as well, then take a look right here. We have big move here. The markets move sideways. We did test the low right here. Then we had that retracement, right? And so this is the larger structure. This is a larger wave structure right here. And we're looking for price to come down and target this area. And therefore, we're looking at then this to be an inside wave 1. All right, that's a wave 1. This is wave 2 up here at the top. All right, and then we're looking for price to come down, take out the low, chase after the wave 3, which will be down here. Maybe pull back to retest this area right there, and then head back down south. So this will be 5th wave down here. So this will be 4th there as well. So this is the sort. So right now, this area right here, we're going to anticipate price eventually getting down and going lower to this area. Now, traders, I'm going to say this. Maybe jobs is just the beginning. Maybe jobs is going to say, you know what? The market's not really due for a rate cut next week. Because come next week, the Feds are coming to the party and they go in and make a decision on rates. They're going to have inflation numbers come out as well, right? We're going to get inflation numbers pop out. And we're going to see inflation numbers come out at 8:30 on Wednesday. Then at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, we're going to have the Feds making a decision on interest rate. All right. And so if jobs is up, all right, then inflation's going to be up. We're not going to see inflation coming down. How can inflation drop when we got jobs? All right, because jobs create spending. Spending creates high inflation. All right. So when we've got all of that in place, there's no ways that the central bank can go ahead and cut rates. If they cut rates, dude, that can only be bad. That is not a good thing. but we're going to have to wait and see how that plays out. All right. So let's wait and see how things play out. But again, if I have to go ahead and sum up the day, today is now going to be, now that we've gone ahead and tested this high right here, I'm going to think that we're done on the bullish rally on the US dollar CAD. And that at some point today, again, only if it happens, I'm going to be looking for some reversal here, get some market structure shift. You look for a good distribution, all right, after accumulation and then manipulation. Look for a good distribution to the downside. And then we're going to go ahead and target, and I've said this before, I'm still going to be targeting this area right here. Possibly still in this week, all right? Hopefully still in this week. So what is that? That's about, let's call it 130 pip move to the downside, all right? 130 pip to the downside from this area. Now, if we don't have enough momentum and volume behind the move, then maybe we're just going to go ahead and test this level right here at 3660. But a break of 3660 should be an easy sell down towards 3600 right here. And then by next week, traders, that's going to be the exciting part. I'm expecting to see the US dollar CAD working its way lower towards that 3200 area. All right. So it's going to be on track. I'm not saying it's going to get there, but I'm going to say that it's going to move in that direction, and it should be on track next week towards that level. But again, we'll keep you informed, and that's important right here. As things progress in the week, I will keep you guys informed. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my Telegram channel. Guys, if you don't know, check out the description down below for my Telegram channel. Get connected with my Telegram channel. I will update you as the things progress with the dollar, because I think the big thing right now for us as traders is to really take a look at what the big daddy is doing, and that is the dollar, because a lot of the currencies across the world are following suit about what the dollar's doing. Now, granted, the dollar's losing a little weight. All right, it's not the big chief as it used to be. All right, it's losing a little bit of weight, but it still is an effective move that other currencies follow. And so we're still going to pay attention to what the dollar does, and through that we can use that as a guideline to be able to make decisions on other currency pairs as well. So with that being said, traders, that's it from me. Have a fantastic Friday. All right, I will see everyone back again next week when we go ahead and dive into the rate decision for the US. We'll definitely go ahead and tackle that. And also stick around, because we've got the showdown. We have the showdown taking place on this channel and on Traders Network channel as well. We've got the showdown. Me and Cameron, we're going to go place live trades in the market this morning. After all of this stuff happening this morning, we're going to be placing live trades this morning on 5 currency pairs, all right, that you can follow along the way. So make sure, traders, that you stick around, subscribe to this channel, go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, switch the notification bell on, because we're going to go live again at 10 a.m. this morning with some live trading battles, and we're going to be looking at some live trade opportunities. So with that being said, traders, have a fantastic morning, and I'll see you back in the next session. This is FX Big Dog signing off.